welcome to Rides with the Richeys. Everybody, we're trying this on a take 2. It's May 1st, 2026.
Yep.
We're sitting at Price Mart getting some groceries for when my parents come.
Yay!
So we pick them up tomorrow night. They're supposed to fly in, Lord willing, if everything goes right, 9:30 p.m. So that's exciting. I'm just waiting because we have a semi-truck blocking the entrance here.
I didn't even see that. So it's been a minute since we've been on Car Rides with the Richeys. I want to assure you that we have been getting groceries since the last video. We've just had a lot going on, or we've had other people with us, and it just didn't do it. I don't know. Now we're here and we're back.
Just to address the video in the beginning, we did get in a car accident. Thank God it wasn't our fault. We were heading back from Limon with Abby. We were stuck in traffic, and 2 cars ahead of us, the guy decided he wanted to try and get out and take a different route. And so he started backing into the car that was in front of us, and then the car, of course, started backing up to avoid getting hit by him, and he wasn't looking behind him, and he just backed right into us. And so
Terrible.
that was that. The good news is the guy was cooperative. He admitted fault. He went through the process. We got the police report. The police station was actually right next to us, and so the police literally just walked out like 5 minutes after it happened. Just walked out and came and aided to the situation, and so that was nice, because sometimes it can take a while to get the police on scene, and because there's just a lot of traffic for them to get through.
Yeah.
And so everything went, even we went to court yesterday, and as we were going through court, the lady who was helping us, she was going through all the information that like the police officer had written up, and she asked like, what time did the accident happen? What time did the police get there? And she saw that the time was like a really short time. And she's like, you guys, like, this happened right in front of the police station? And we're like, yeah. And she's like, oh, that's why. It took so quick for the police to get there. So it was just kind of funny, because she even realized that it went a lot faster than typical.
Thankfully, though, like, all things considered, I hate it when people park right there.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, I should have went. I still can.
No. All things considered, it was like best case scenario. Abby was with us, who knows how to speak Spanish fluently.
Yeah.
To help translation.
She's been through the process, so she was able to kind of help out, which was nice.
Yeah. We literally got in an accident in front of the police station, which is
our hood
perfect.
had needed some repainting anyways, and it's been something that's kind of been in the back of my mind, like, if this keeps getting worse, then I'm going to try and get it repainted. But now insurance is going to cover it, and we're going to get it repainted, so that'll be nice too. There's a lot of small blessings that came out of it.
Our friend Chris said, oh, you should put that on Rides with the Richeys and call it Rex with the Richeys.
So this is a special Rex with the Richeys episode for Chris.
Rex with the Richeys episode. Thankfully, we were not shooting a Rides with the Richeys when the wreck happened.
Would have made a good one, though.
It would have made a really good one, yeah, but no. And what else? How did the court go yesterday?
It was definitely everything, like when you do legal things like that, like trying to open the bank account, going to court, like, it's all just new experiences, and of course it's a new language, new culture, and so you just expect things to kind of not go right. And we got there, and the guy asked me, he's like, can you speak Spanish? And I was like, un poquito, like, I can't speak that much. And then you could tell, like, automatically he got kind of frustrated, like, oh, like, this is gonna not go well. And then he started asking Melissa if she can speak Spanish, and she's like, well, I can speak a little better. And he's like, just a little better? And then he's like, all right. And so they took her back.
They took me to a back room. Started asking me questions and oathing that I would translate 100% correctly and properly, or at least, like, not change up some of the words. And then I was like, and then he asked me if I was a witness, and as well. And I was like, yeah, I was in the car. And he was like, oh, well, you can't be a translator and a witness. You have to be either or. And I was like, oh. But we needed also a witness.
Yeah. So we had to call Abby. Shout out to Abby, because she came all the way from Escazú, where she lives, to where the courtroom was in Cartago. It was like an hour drive for her. And she just took an Uber out there, and she did it like right on the spot. So thank you, Abby. We are grateful for you.
definitely
And-
pushes us to learn Spanish.
Yeah, it actually
More.
like inspired me.
Yes.
One, to want to learn Spanish better, and two, like someday in the future, I want to help translate for people the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Because like it was such a defeating moment for me where I felt just stupid. I felt like I'm never going to learn the language. Like I felt like I was like this guy didn't even want me there, and I was like, man, I just need to like kick it into gear. And like I also want to help people on my side of the aisle reverse order like in the future. And so it was inspiring and defeating all at the same time.
Yeah.
But that's just part of the life over here.
Yep, that's just part of it. As we keep growing and learning in the language. And then I was going to address, we have a newsletter coming out soon, hopefully by tomorrow or this weekend. But in there I talked about some health things that had popped up in the last couple months. I had some mysterious back pain that just all of a sudden started. There'll be more details in there, but it turns out that after an MRI, because of on and off back pain for a while, and sometimes it got really bad to the point where I couldn't like put on my shoes, I couldn't put on my shorts or pants, I couldn't like bend over. There were certain positions it hurt to sleep. It was just terrible, and I was like, what is going on? And then I fell. I was walking across the street with some friends, and I fell into this hole, which is very common here in Costa Rica because the streets are terrible. And
You can literally fall in manholes if you're not paying attention around here.
Yes, and some people have.
Because people
got
will
badly
steal
injured.
the manhole grates
Yeah.
for, I guess, selling for scrap metal maybe, but...
Yeah, it's wild. So I fell, tweaked my back again. This is already, we're in April. The back pain started mid-February. I was like, okay. I went to the hospital in March and got an X-ray and a ultrasound on my back and blood work and different things. They didn't find anything. And then they did an MRI and they found that I have some degenerative changes in my lumbar, my L4 and L5, and that I have hepatitis. I don't know. It's some word. It's a fancy
Doctor lingo.
It's a fancy word for inflammation. And so they found some inflammation, which I have no idea how that is even triggered. Could have been stress. That definitely could have been, because in February we were a bit stressed. And possibly with my lupus, it just flared up. I'm not sure. So thankfully it has resolved. And thankfully it was nothing like a huge finding. It was a very mild find as far as like being able to manage it. It's very manageable. It's not like nerve damage. It's not a disc that's, herniated disc. It's not narrowing of the spine. It's nothing like major. So praise God for that. But it was just a weird, hard 2 months of like being in pain constantly and trying to continue living my life like nothing's wrong. I hate complaining in general about things, so I never really like tried. But like at home, Brian definitely could tell like I was in pain, and he was like using the massage gun on me every single morning. I couldn't walk or take long walks. It hurt. Like now I can exercise. I can take walks. Like I'm back to normal. Praise the Lord.
That actually sounds fun right now.
So yeah.
It's good walking weather currently.
Yeah. And then we celebrated our Tico's friend's birthday. Shout out to Ronnie.
30. He turned the big old 30.
30. We're happy to have a 30-year-old in our friend group because Brian and I are like the only 30-year-olds.
Yeah, we're the old farts.
So Ronnie turned 30, and we had a fun time celebrating him on his birthday, and had good memories made and lots of laughs, and it was fun.
Taught us a bunch of slang that we probably don't want to know.
Yeah.
Costa Rica.
Let me share them with you.
Just kidding, they're not bad.
No, they're not bad.
Like,
just funny
fun.
things. One was chambona. The other one was Ingrid, dígamelo, mi amor.
I don't think Ronnie has heard us say that one yet, so hopefully he hears that.
Hopefully that was right. And then, what was the other one? Exacto, Janet.
Exacto, Jeanette. That's only funny for the Ticos.
You're welcome.
Everyone gringo is going to be like, what the heck are they saying?
Yeah.
And we don't even really know what we're saying still,
Yes,
but everybody laughs at us.
We know
so.
that Ingrid, tell me my love. That one was some viral video, I guess, here that went, viral in Costa Rica, and it was funny. It was somebody crying. It was a man crying, and he's saying Ingrid, and then Ingrid, tell me, my love, dígamelo, mi amor. And apparently it just was funny. I don't know. And then Exacto Janet
was the kid who was in school online Zoom during COVID, and he had himself on mute, and his teacher's name was Jeanette, and he would always just randomly yell out, Exacto Jeanette! And there was a point where he didn't realize he was unmuted, and he said it, and the teacher heard him, and then that became super viral. And so,
yeah.
Funny things around here.
Yeah. And speaking of birthdays, Brian mentioned, well, did you mention? I can't remember. My birthday is this
May 4th, 3 days from now.
Is this coming up Monday?
It's crazy.
I'm so excited. Today's Friday. Birthday's Monday.
36.
Parents are coming in tomorrow. I'm going to be the big 36. I do not feel 36. It feels weird. And I'm excited, though. I'm excited that my in-laws are coming. They, I think that day, we're going to go to my favorite breakfast restaurant. We're going to take them to downtown Chepe for a bit, which is San Jose. They call it Chepe here. And we're going to head to our Bible study that night. And they get to meet our community and just kind of who we've been hanging out with. And that'll be fun. Going to eat some yummy treats. Shout out to my friend Hannah, who I'm super excited about, is going to make me a really yummy cake. She made it for Brian's birthday. It was like a berry, oh my gosh, it was just so good. And I was like, I have one request, that you make that for my birthday. And I also have the Mexican bingo loteria, if I'm saying that right, loteria. And so I want to play bingo afterwards. I'm super pumped. Just super feeling blessed that we are here and that our parents are coming. It's been 1 year and 8 months.
My parents are coming. Hers are staying home.
I know. I always just say "are" because they're like my parents. I was very close to my in-laws, so
it's true.
I just say our parents because
suegras, sus suegras,
suegras,
suegros, I guess would be.
Yeah. And
we went to our first soccer game.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Steven.
Thank you, Steven, for taking us, our Tico friend Steven.
There's two main teams here in San Jose. There's Saprissa and then there's La Liga. Mm-hmm. Saprissa seems to be more of the favored team that most people like, but there is Leo.
I don't know.
La Liga fans. And then our teacher, Patricia, is a La Liga fan as well. But this was Saprissa versus the northern team, Liberia, and Saprissa lost. So we were rooting for Saprissa, but it was still fun.
It was.
I honestly didn't really care, but it was exciting to be there. And sorry, Steven, that happened. But you got to have losses to have wins.
Yeah, it was really good. It was everything I imagined a soccer game to be. People yelling out very passionately for their team, and
a lot of chants we couldn't understand.
A lot of chants.
But Steven understood, and he was going on them.
Yeah, he sang all of them. It was really funny and fun.
But that was a good time.
Yeah, that was.
I think that was my first real live soccer game ever that I've been to. So, professional. So, that was cool.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Cheers to more.
Yeah. That's a quick update on some of the things. Was there another thing? I feel like
don't you have notes?
Another one.
Any notes?
Just my birthday and our parents coming, and we celebrate our Tico's birthday.
Car crash. Court.
YOLO.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just said YOLO.
There's been a lot
never
happening.
say YOLO.
But not a lot at the same time.
Yes.
If that's even possible.
Yeah. And I guess we'll just close. This is a really short one, which is wonderful, even though we haven't been on for a while. Just a quick update on how some of the things that have been happening and continuing to adjust to just life here, ministry here. One thing that came up that Brian and I have said yes to that we're actually really excited about, because we love making connections. I think this is a good thing to do throughout the week. That is going to be great. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Conversations Club?
Yep.
Yeah. There's this thing called Conversations Club at the school, and it's once a week on Thursday, where people who want to learn Spanish come, people who want to learn English come, and then we have 45 minutes in English, 45 minutes in Spanish. And then typically Rachel, who leads it currently, she has a big list of questions, and then she'll ask us a number, and then she just throws that, and then we get a question out of it, and then we just talk over the question and do that for usually about 10 minutes and then move on to the next question. We have told her that we're interested in taking over because she's trying to relieve herself of just duties and to lighten her load.
And the Lord's calling her to other things.
Yep. And so we are dabbling in maybe taking that over for her and running Conversations Club. So that's exciting. And it's just a way to keep us in practicing Spanish because we need to keep doing that.
Yeah, and what I love about it is how, like, it's open to the community. So there's a lot of Ticos and Ticas that go so they can learn English. And some of them aren't believers, some of them are believers. And I remember there was a time we went, this was like back when we were language school, like first trimester, and we got to there was a question that was asked and we kind of got to share our faith at that table, and some of them don't have faith. And so it's not only a great witnessing opportunity, but it's a great way to meet people within our community, and then also still be able to have some relationships with some of the new students that are coming in, a lot of singles, people that are adjusting to life here as they begin language school. And we're just super excited. We've like talked about things we might do differently, or like maybe in the beginning playing like a game, like teaching them like 2 words in English or something first, and then playing a game and using those 2 words somehow, and then get into questions or something. I don't know. We'll see, but
there's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity to like just continue practicing and make it fun, and maybe bring a treat every Thursday, because I've been baking a lot while I'm here, like, which I don't normally do, but I feel like
and we can just kind of connect to the community, because I feel like we plug in pretty well in the community with the different churches we go to and being a part of ELA, and so connecting those worlds and bringing people together, I think will be cool. Like, we already have some friends from the church that we brought 2 weeks ago.
Eliu and his
shout out to Eliu,
adorable daughter
and his family,
his wife Natalie, who's
they're trying to learn English,
killing it in English. She's been taking classes like 5 days a week, and she's been really, really good. She has a really great accent in English. Our neighbor's coming in.
Yeah, this is kind of awkward because we're sitting in our garage,
and he's probably like,
and our neighbor's pulling in, and then we're also sitting right next to the window of one of our other neighbors.
Yeah.
And so
life in Costa Rica, everything's super close.
I don't think Javier's going to even know we're in here.
Maybe, or he's not going to address it at least. But okay, should we close?
Yep.
All right, so I'm reading this book. I even brought it with me because it's so good. He's probably like, what are you guys doing there? It's called Becoming Elizabeth Elliot. I love Elizabeth Elliot. She's written a ton of books. She was married to Jim Elliot, the missionaries in Ecuador who got murdered by the Wadani tribe. I've been so encouraged by her story, and just like reading some of the things that she has been through as far as like loss, like, and deaths of friends that have been on the field with her. There's just been some like heart-wrenching things where I've been reading and I'm like, oh my gosh, just some of the things she's seen out in the jungle, and just crazy stuff. But I wanted to read a little short couple paragraphs of something she wrote about like the loss, and just like not the loss of her husband. She's talking about the loss of an interpreter that she got really close with, that she felt the Lord brought. This was at a different tribe she was working with in Ecuador prior to working with the Wadani tribe. I think I'm saying that right. Wadani. And then she was just feeling super defeated because the tribal people like weren't wanting to help her, and they didn't really know Spanish either, just this tribe. And so she found this guy, and he ended up getting like drastically shot by some other tribal people because they were talking about land, and he was like, no, this is our land, and he was like, no, and then he just shot him, and it was just wild. And like they brought the body, and like the dark, like she just saw so many things. I was like, oh my goodness, it was really sad and hard to read. But she lost her interpreter that she felt like the Lord was going to use for her to be able to interpret the New Testament in that tribal language. And then she compiled like cards and charts and graphs and notes and all these things linguistically, like all this stuff in this tribal language for 9 months, like day in, day out, working hard to like do this. And she left it with some of the missionaries when she moved to go marry Jim Elliot on the other side of Ecuador where he was serving. Anyways, she left it, and she decided, I'm going to put it in this big, huge suitcase so it's all in one spot. I guess the missionaries were traveling, and the suitcase got stolen, and it's just crazy. Just my heart dropped for her. I was so sad for her, but that was like really hard for her. Anyway, and these were all these losses that she was experiencing prior to the death of her husband, because I'm not there yet in the book. But she said this about just like when your heart breaks and for grief, and I thought it was really good. And then she told an apocryphal story. I don't know how to say, if I'm saying that right, and I had to look it up what that even meant. But it's pretty much like a story that necessarily isn't true. But she had heard it, and it came, and it like it resonated with her. I thought it was really good. Okay, so the first thing, and Elizabeth is such a great writer. Like, I love the way she writes. Okay, she said, each separate experience of individual stripping we may learn to accept as a fragment of the suffering Christ bore when he took it all. This grief, this sorrow, this total loss that empties my hands and breaks my heart, I may, if I will, accept. And by accepting it, I find in my hands something to offer. And so I give it back to him, who, in mysterious exchange, gives himself to me. I thought that was so beautiful. And then here's an apocryphal story that Elizabeth Elliot wrote in the book that she said she had heard, and it really stuck with her. It says, walking along a rocky road, Jesus asked each one of his disciples to carry a stone for him. John chose a big one, and Peter selected a small one. They all climbed a steep mountain path. As they rested at the top, famished, Jesus commanded that the stones became bread, and they began to eat it. When Peter was still hungry after his small portion, John shared some of his. A while later, the group set out on the path again, and Jesus asked each man to carry a stone for him. This time, Peter chose the largest. After a long walk, Jesus took them to a river and instructed them to cast their stones into the water. They looked at him bewildered and sweaty. For whom, asked Jesus, did you carry the stone? And it says, for the rest of her life, Elizabeth Elliot remembered that the sad losses of 1953. They would presage other, more terrible deaths for her. But she began to learn the mystery and secret of her ancient faith. It was not about outcomes, inspiring results, personal fulfillment, or even coherent answers. It was about obedience to the one whose stone she carried. I just thought that was very beautiful, and just a great reminder of the stones each one of us, God asks us to carry. Some are larger than others, and some are small. But it's all about being faithful in our obedience to him. And so, highly recommend if you're looking for a good audio biography book to read. I've been enjoying this one, and I'm really excited when we take our parents out to the beach. It's always fun and nice to have a good book that you can't put down. And so, looking forward to continue reading this story and getting encouraged. And so I hope that encourages you in some way. And till next time.
Have a good whatever time of the day it is. We'll see you on the next one.
Ciao, dios.
Ciao.
Love you guys.